Hey there, this is Debesh, the info security researcher from India. This is my second episode, Chat with Me. I wish to chat with uh, like minded people on LinkedIn, and the live stream will go on LinkedIn and YouTube. So, the new calendar year has arrived, 2025. Today, in the daytime, I visited my alma mater, University of Calcutta, Department of Applied Optics and Photonics. There was a reunion, and there I met many people whom I met long many few years ago, and there is an interesting number, means like 2025. So just uh, half an hour ago, he called me. The person gave me an information about 2025. Like, say, if you add 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube up to 9 cube, then you will get 2025. That you can check whether it is correct. I have not checked. So if it is true, then it is a fun arithmetic. Like Ramanujam used to say many things about number. Huh? Interesting information about numbers. So this is an interesting information about 2025, the new calendar year. Anyway, the last calendar year 2024, I don't know how much you liked it, whether you have some highlights or lowlights, whatever. So in this episode, I wish some people will join me and express their feelings about this. And before that, of course, I will ask them about themselves, and you will know also about them. Although from the LinkedIn profile we know them, but from the voice, if we know from the mouth of the person who they are and what they do, I think that gives a more authentic information. Okay, so let me bring the first guest, and he is he will be in the screen. So let me bring him.
Hello, sir.
Hi, hi, Ohip, and the name is very new to me. I have not actually that way come through a name like this. This is new to me. So um, you can actually tell us about yourself first, who you are and what you do, and tell where from you are now speaking, and
Sure,
you can
with pleasure.
say, please. Well, first, massive welcome because you have agreed to expose yourself live
My pleasure.
on LinkedIn and YouTube. So that is a great spirit. I also had some, you can say, awkwardness prior to say few 1 or 2 years ago that I never used to be on live or video. So please tell us who you are and what you do.
So, massive thanks to you for having me on your show. I've been following you in LinkedIn for a while now, and I resonate with your energy and what you're trying to bring to the world. I'm right now from Munich, like speaking from Munich. It's the south of Munich, near the river Isar, which is the main river that flows through Munich. And I'm in Munich because I found a job with the Bundeswehr, which is a German for the army, the German army. And I work in the satellite communication research wing of the Bundeswehr. And I started this December. Um, Before that, I was working also as a researcher in a small town in the northwest of Germany called Aachen, which is just historically significant for a lot of reasons. Because, first of all, Charlemagne, we have all read about Charlemagne in our history lessons, and his kingdom was Aachen. It was also the capital of Rome in the 11th century. But also more recently, the U.S. troops entered Germany through the forest of Aachen back in the Second World War. So that's why, and it's also got the top technical university of Germany there after TU Munich, which is Erfurt Aachen, which is where I'm from. Before that, I did my bachelor's from Jadavpur University in the Department of Electronics and Telecommunication. Worked in Ericsson Ireland for 1 year, and then decided to just leave my country and do my master's in Aachen. So that's basically my story, and glad to be on your show, sir.
So pretty interesting, and the pronunciation Aachen. Actually, incidentally, one of my relatives, she also is in Aachen, and her mother told me it is a you can say um, my one maternal uncle's
Yeah,
daughter. Uh, so Aachen is how cold it is now there, and now you
I
are in
am in
Munich.
Munich, and it's snowing. It's exactly -3 now in Munich, and it's snowing all week.
Oh, I see. Then it is some sort of fun also and some problem also, like when while going out,
But it's just fun for me.
walking or
The Germans here complain a lot because they grew up like seeing this. But me growing up in Kolkata, I always loved the Darjeeling weather, and here it's
yes, yes.
all like Darjeeling. So I just love it. I love the German winter.
So you can post one or two photographs also, like the snowy pictures of Munich.
I'll be glad to. My only
Uh,
question is, sir, because I've also seen some of your posts which relates to music. I'm also a musician, by the way. I play the guitar, I sing as well. We'll talk about that
oh,
later off, like offline
yes,
as well. But
yes,
I've seen that you have posted some videos of, some, for example, an Iranian composer. So it's very clear to me
yes,
that
yes,
you are interested in music, and you also make LinkedIn uploads of music. And
yes,
do you think that's a good idea?
yes.
Because I always thought that LinkedIn is like a more of a professional platform where the recruiters are there and this and that. But I think it's very bold that you use it like as a true social platform to express your interests. Let's say.
No, this is a right statement you actually made about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional platform. That is true. But my point is that say our professional persona cannot be without our other choices.
That's a wise
So
statement. Yeah.
when you share something about your personal choices, like say not only music, even in I also post something which are bad politically in our place. That also I post, and that way you can actually filter the like-minded people. So the people who are actually resonating with you, they will associate with you, they will recruit you, they will collaborate with you. So you can actually filter out the on other people who are actually not resonating
That's
with your
correct. That's a very nice thing to say.
your mental um, uh,
Wavelength.
upbringing, yeah, wavelength, that cannot resonate. So that way it is not bad. But some people say that no, you should not because then it will affect your
And also all my colleagues from the German army are
employability and
there, and it's just hesitation that I have, and with your advice I will get over it, because it's all about expressing ourselves. Mane, I was just before our call, I was listening to রবীন্দ্রনাথের মুক্ত করো ভয় আপনা মাঝে শক্তি ধরো নিজেরে
মুক্ত
করো
করো
জয়, so
ভয়,
it's
হ্যাঁ,
all, it's just about নিজেকে জয়
জয়,
করা এবং that's
নিজেকে
it.
জয় করা।
Yeah.
হ্যাঁ, so who could be the better advisor
Dan,
other than
I couldn't
Rabindranath?
have agreed more.
Rabindranath.
In fact, I am a, as I said, I make some music here. I mean, I perform in these puja occasions, mostly numbers like, that's entertaining for the crowd. But like the theme that I really believe in is Rabindranather এবং also Satyajit Rayero. There are some tunes which are
হ্যাঁ,
like Bhoy Bhangar Gan is what I call it, like Nohi Jontro, for example, from Hero Deshi. So,
yes, yes. Very, very appropriate for the time.
agreed.
It is required. We have to get rid of the fear.
Yeah.
And the overwhelming from all sides. Say in the health sector, in the political sector, in the everywhere. Like so, when I am moving, say, people will say that why I am asking him something. Say a kid is going with her with his mother, and say if I try to communicate, some people they react. They say that no, shut up, no communication. But communication can give not only our information. It is not private information. Say somebody is going for a I from the look I see that the kid is wearing a karate dress, training for karate. So I asked that, do you know what you are learning? They say that karate. I don't know. This is not karate. This is karate. He is looking at me, and some parents are very. You can say that they actually nurture learning, so they interact positively. Some people they will shut down and they will say, "Don't speak." It's like unknown person. Yeah, it is not good. So that way, uh, we have to get rid of the fear, and not only fear, hesitations also. When we hesitate, we miss the opportunities. When we hesitate, we miss the opportunities of getting friendship, getting help, getting love, or maybe hate also. Say some people don't like. So I know that this person is not of this mentality or this wavelength. So okay, let that person be with his or her choices. That is fine.
Mhm.
I remember once long ago, I actually traveled very less. 1995, I went to a conference. At that time, going conference is actually difficult because there was no internet that way. Very feeble, we can say, email facilities were there. So I was in the Newark airport, and it was snowing. Means I can see all like um, solid
Ice.
ice,
And
and
where is this place again, sir?
Newark airport, means New Jersey.
Right.
So I was
Exactly.
coming from California. California was not snowing, so I did not have much woolen garments. One sweater which was borrowed from a girl. Like the sweater was actually a very thick sweater. Everybody used to wear.
Hmm.
Like one day one girl will wear,
Yeah.
another and boy will
Yeah.
wear, and a person was just passing by. I was trying to call.
Hmm.
At that time coin is possible, like you can call, put coin and call. And also there were some possibilities of say pickup call. If the person agrees that I know this person, then the call will be paid by the receiver.
Old time ago. I
So
can't
in
believe it in that
whole
in the
time, yeah,
era of wireless
yes,
communication.
in the US,
Unbelievable.
in the US. Yeah. And
95.
so I was actually
Okay, I
calling.
was 3 years
I was
old then.
calling the
Mhm.
home of some one
Mhm.
person who is from Odisha. His wife was picking up. I could hear, but she could not hear because unless the coin goes, that voice of mine
Oh
will
my
not. No,
God.
my voice was going, but she could not recognize me.
Okay.
So pickup call was not accepted.
Mhm.
Then I was putting the coin, and the system works that way that exact coin has to be put. It was showing something 65 cent or something. I was giving more. So it was actually putting the coin out. I did not know. Means it was not going inside. I mean, it comes out at the bottom to get that back. So one person was uh, just waiting, and one boy came to receive him. Like he was actually coming from the plane, and the boy came to receive him. The person came to me like a father. He was like looking like my father's age. He was asking me, any problem? I told that I cannot call my
Parents,
friend who
friends, friend.
actually will come, friend will come to pick me up from the airport. Then he looked at it, and then he took out exact coin and inserted. And then I called, and then they picked up and told that her husband has already gone to pick me up.
Yeah.
He will be shortly outside the inn.
Mhm.
So the person told me, "Is it okay now? I can go. My son has come to take me to receive me. So you are connected with your friend." So at that night, so I felt that this world is like the human connections. So the person was actually he talked to me. I was not actually asking the, can you help me? So that hesitation also saved me from agony, like whether they will come or not. So that way, communication, social communication, say even see these platforms also, communication is always so good
Yeah.
to connect with like-minded people or disconnect,
True.
filter the people you don't match.
Mhm.
So You can tell anything about your, like, say, when you arrived in yeah, Germany
That was
for
in
the job?
2017, though it's already
70. So quite lot many years.
7 to 8 years. This is my eighth year now.
So you are accustomed with German.
I would say that. And now,
So have
especially,
you taken a intensive German course?
that is mandatory. It's like when you join one of the technical
Mandatory.
universities here for your masters or for your bachelor's. If you join bachelor's, you have to do everything in German. So then you become a master of the language in
Yes.
2 years. You have to, otherwise you'll fail.
Yes.
And I mean, we know
Okay.
that pressure is one of the biggest triggers of learning. Andrew Huberman, if you follow him, he also says the same. So yeah, we were kind of in a pressurized situation. So I've always seen this trend that people whose jobs are based on their knowledge of German or their competence or fluency in German, they learn German the fastest. That's unfortunately not, or fortunately, not the case for wireless communication or computer science, for example. But I always had like a massive interest in the language. I've already read Hermann Hesse before I went to Germany, and one of my goals was to read his German works in German, that is. So, long story short, I always had massive respect for the language, massive interest in the language, and now I would say that I'm kind of fluent. I also have to speak German with my colleagues. Not have to, but I do for practice.
Do.
And
Also write. Of course, you can write
yes, I can.
in
I can
German.
write. I can read. Yes, yeah, yeah.
And have you published any article or paper in German? Um
The thing is, the German academia runs on English. So all the papers that we publish,
Money.
it's all in English. Even the presentations are in English.
Okay,
So
okay, okay, okay.
that's why if you stay in academia, this is for the other viewers of your show. I'm
Okay.
sure many of them are aspiring to have a career in Germany. If you're in academia, English is totally the go of the day, and you do not need any level of German. You can still learn German out of your own academic interest, like I did, and your life would be very easy and interesting, but it's not mandatory. Another note that is, sir, that I wanted to make when you were talking about this karate anecdote of yours, and then this overcoming thing, where we came from Mukto Koro Bhoy to this place.
Hmm.
Like it's so interesting. It's like almost serendipity that you said karate, because do you know the backstory of Rabindranath's composition of Mukto Koro Bhoy? Do you know why he composed it?
No, 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 no.
So
Please tell.
basically there he went to, just a stupid question, karate came from Japan, right?
Yeah, it is Japan, because I know Japan. I learned intensive Japanese. I had been there
Really?
for a couple.
And
Yes,
you
yes.
learned the
So
language?
karate. Yes,
Oh my
yes. Like
god.
you say that intensive German is compulsory in Japan also. If you go to study or do research, intensive Japanese is mandatory.
So you know the language. That's very
So
impressive.
karate means te means hand, kara means dara,
Dara
by
mane, dara means,
dara, by hand. You are
acha,
actually
dara doy boy akar, okay.
dara dwara,
Dwara.
dwara, dara, dwara.
তো
Yes,
হাতের দ্বারা।
karate.
Okay, that makes sense.
হাতের দ্বারা, হাতের দ্বারা আত্মরক্ষা।
So the story goes like one of the Japanese masters, literary masters, have come to visit Rabindranath in Vishwabharati, and he wants to teach karate to the Shantiniketanir, গোয়ালপাড়ার বা বীরভূমের ওই দিকটার, whichever district that is,
মানুষ,
ওখানকার
হ্যাঁ,
native women there. He wants to teach uh,
আদিবাসী।
আদিবাসীদের, he wants to teach karate as a means of self-defense.
হ্যাঁ,
So this was Rabindranath's pitch, Rabindranath's poster to get these women excited about karate. So
ও
this is why
ইন্টারেস্টিং।
he wrote Mukto Koro Bhoy, আপনা মাঝে শক্তি ধরো নিজেরে করো জয়.
রিয়েলি
So
ইন্টারেস্টিং।
this is a backstory. Yeah.
সো
So
হাউ,
karate বললেন,
হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ, কারাতে, হ্যাঁ। সো রবীন্দ্রনাথ is was so forward minded that he accepted many things, introduced many things to the people around him in that place.
sir, let me tell you, it is just serendipity that you're talking about this theme, because the last 2 years or 3 years living in Germany, it's been quite a struggle as well. I also changed my job, and I faced some things in my previous job, but then I switched, and now I'm so happy I overcame myself. Apuna maje shakti dhore nijeke joy kore and everything. And one of the things that really helped me through this struggle, I did not resort to any kind of chemical substances, nothing. I'm saying chemical substances because a lot of people my age, they resort to
Medicine.
medicines, anti-anxiety pills,
Mm.
antidepressants,
Yes, yes,
this that.
yes.
I did not. And of course no alcohol, nothing. The thing that helped me was music, and especially Rabindranath's Swadesh Porjay. And
Acha.
even today, before I came into this call, because I'm also like, it's like a not an easy life physically, I mean, uh,
Mm,
because even if you're sick, you have to do everything on your own. But I was singing this song like Mukto Koro Bhoy, and I've made this habit over the last few months of my struggle to just sing out loud
mm,
Rabindranath had these songs, because I realized that why
mm,
these songs were created was to inspire
mm,
some of those freedom fighters who were going through a massive
mm,
struggle on their own. So if this is the objective of
mm.
the composition of these songs, we might as well use it, and it really works.
Yes, 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 yes. That is, yes. Shahud, um, by the way, were you forced to take medicines? Just a minute, one second.
Yes.
Somebody calling from the USA.
Let's call her
হ্যাঁ,
in.
হ্যালো সুজয়, এই আমি একটু পডকাস্টটা করছি, হ্যাঁ, এই 1 ঘন্টা, 1 ঘন্টা 40 মিনিট বাদে আমি তোকে মেসেজ করবো, ঠিক আছে? ঠিক আছে, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে। Okay,
All good,
he is
sir?
actually, yes, yes, he is actually an associate professor in Stockton University. So he was calling. So he is actually my teacher's son. I mean, do you know Ajay Chakraborty? Did you?
The
Uh,
singer.
no, no, not Ajay Chakraborty singer. Did you take some books like physics in school?
Yes,
Ajay Chakraborty.
Ajoy Chakraborty boita. Let me just
হ্যাঁ
look up
হ্যাঁ
his
হ্যাঁ
name,
হ্যাঁ।
because it's Ajoy Chakraborty.
He was
Uh,
actually professor of applied physics department, Calcutta University,
okay.
and
Hello.
ha,
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
and he did his PhD in during 1971-73 in Paris, and very well known person with him, and he got immediately a job from Polaroid Corporation. At that time, that founder of Polaroid Corporation was alive, so the letter came from that person, and he did not actually join that, and he came back to India and start. He was actually writing books for 7, 8, 9, 10. So he was
অজয়
writing that. So
চক্রবর্তীর বই আমি
he did
মানে
not have any.
ভীষণ it ring the
হ্যাঁ,
bell. So during
তো
my bachelor's,
উনি
I'm sure I've
হ্যাঁ,
like
কিন্তু কিন্তু উনি হায়ার এডুকেশনে অনেক কিছু করতে পারতেন। উনি হায়ার এডুকেশনে তো ছিলেন উনি, হ্যাঁ? সো হি ওয়াজ অ্যাকচুয়ালি এট দ্যাট টাইম ইট ওয়াজ পাওয়ার ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং অ্যান্ড
পাওয়ার
দ্যাট ওয়াজ
ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং এর বই
স্মল।
পড়েছি আমি, because we exactly yes.
হ্যাঁ, না, না ও ওটা লেখেনি। কিন্তু
কিন্তু
ওনার সাবজেক্ট উনি যে বিটেক, এমটেক
হ্যাঁ,
করেছেন সেটা ওই সাবজেক্ট ছিল।
ওকে।
ইলেকট্রিক্যাল
অজয়
অ্যান্ড এট দ্যাট
চক্রবর্তী
টাইম ইট
sounds
ওয়াজ
so familiar,
স্পেশালাইজেশন। But incidentally, he died recently due to medical negligence, and we are actually
So
uh,
you had a post about this person then, because
yes,
yeah,
yes, 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 yes. This person, and will file a petition.
mhm.
So that is why, and the date is actually 15th January will be completion of 2 years, and we have to file the petition before completion of 2 years. So that is why we are actually doing it. And
But sir,
in Kolkata,
if I may ask about
please,
Kolkata, everybody who
huh,
stays abroad, and there are a lot of Bengalis who stay abroad, right? I mean, if you go
hmm,
abroad,
hmm,
you'll just
hmm.
be
Yes,
surprised at the sheer proportion of Bengalis who are like NRIs. But they have this question, like asking for justice in Kolkata, especially after what happened. I don't even want to go over this. China. I mean, I think
hmm.
it's just. I mean, this girl did not get justice till now.
Hey, that girl did not get justice till now, and it is actually the total like judiciary and the ruling political parties in the center and state all are together. All are corrupted together. You can say for many years, whoever are there. They are all united, and they don't want that it is exposed what they do behind the scene.
So don't you
And
shy away?
it is not behind the scene, now people know.
Don't you
People
shy
know
away
it,
from?
but people don't.
Don't you shy away from like stating these political facts online?
No, no. Not only political facts. See, this is actually about some truth that what happened. And maybe people can say that it is a conspiracy, it is my version, or it is some people group's version. But I have seen it. The girl actually is, her house is just 30 minutes walk from my home
Really?
in Shodhpur. Yes. And if I had acquainted with the family, I would have suggested that don't go for medical. Medical profession is actually a profession which is uh, pushing people to mafia, the pharma sector mafia, and the complete world is actually under the pharma sector. Like I'm speaking here, even this platform, that platform, everything, the main source of their funding and everything comes from the pharma sector. So you cannot say anything. It is the truth is that I have seen in US in 95 when I went there, I have seen in the news a doctor is going out from the airport and people are asking, do you push distilled water? Do you push distilled water? So the person is accused for pushing distilled water and taking money from the insurance company in USA, in California. So that means, and the health sector is, uh, you can say, divided. And I have communicated with so many doctors, medical doctors, virologists, who are banned on the mainstream platforms because they have their scientific truths to tell people, and the mainstream world, they don't want people to know it. If I write something here, my post will be shadowed. I am speaking, but they can actually make out from my text what we are speaking. But if I say put somebody's name, very well known name, this will be shadowed.
Mhm. So,
They are actually the leader of, you can say, the tyranny. They're the world leaders of tyranny. So more than hundreds of virologists, medical doctors, and researchers around the world. They are everywhere in Europe, in North America, in South America, in Asia. So they are banned. They have 40 to 50 years of experience, I mean, scientific experiences about uh, the. You can. It is science. See what we have studied, like in schools, and you know that truth. Something you can say that I consider this is truth. Newton considered light as particle, and he vehemently opposed that wave nature up to his death. But it was proved later that it is particle. It can be considered as particle as well as wave.
good.
So the nature of truth about scientific medicines, everything what was known earlier, now after experimentation, chemistry, biochemistry, many things are
Mhm.
there. So it is progressing. Why they are suppressing this? They are saying that the world is progressing, artificial intelligence. So what about this? Why they are suppressing? I don't know.
Pharma.
And
Mhm.
it is because of
Yeah,
money, no other
yeah,
reason, only
yeah.
money. So they don't want people to know or oppose that I won't buy medicine. See, I am not visiting a medical doctor maybe 10, 12, 15 years. For serious illness, I never go. And cough, cold, all these things are regular. So those are not
So you've
actually
not
illness.
been seriously sick for the last 15 years.
Yes, yes.
Congrats.
No, there were accidents, say some infection on finger or something. So those are
And you must have
actually
been
you
living a
have to
very
go
healthy,
antiseptic.
disciplined life. Okay.
Nothing. I eat shingara. I eat restaurants like fast food also. Even now also sometimes.
What about
And if
smoking?
I had not, No, I don't
So
smoke.
that's a
I
great
don't
thing.
smoke.
For a
No, I tasted smoking when I was in class 4,
okay,
and I found that it is so
that's
bad.
good.
I mean,
That's
the
great for you.
the students, my friends, they started
It's
smoking,
college,
say,
of
in
course. That's
college.
what.
I started smoking in class
Mhm.
4, and then found that is bad. So why
Good for you. You found
I
it bad. Yeah.
now bad means no, that it is tasteless. Do you smoke?
Used to. I used to, but I Jadupure.
So
Yeah,
give
I
up.
gave up. Yeah.
I give up because even in the hostel also, I mean, I stayed in hostel only during the PhD in IIT Bombay. That was also time pass. I went there to at that time I had the intention to work with Rahul Dev Burman
Rahul
to
Dev
learn
Burman,
something.
but okay,
Yes, yes. I met him, but at that time
that's
he
very
was
interesting. Mhm.
under the siege of the tyranny of the other group, and they stopped giving him work in Bombay. So he had to come to Kolkata to. I mean, when I went there, he used to be in Kolkata and giving music for normal, ordinary films
Okay,
for less money
okay.
because he did not have work. Did not have work, and it was a syndicate. And the syndicate of the all other music directors, musicians, they used to say that don't give him job, and, because his music will spoil your film.
Why?
Film is
Because
no, no.
I mean,
Film is flopped because of story, line, acting, direction, many things. But when it is flopped, they're saying that because of R.D. Burman's music, this is flopped. And they told that, marked that, because they wanted him to be out so that the mediocre other
artists.
contemporary music directors and musicians, they get job. That is why. Nothing else. And Rahul Dev Burman was not actually, you can say, shrewd. That is the problem. And I
He's
think
Pancham
he
right?
was
Pancham is Rahul Dev
simple.
Burman. If yeah,
Panchamda, Rahul Dev
Burman.
Burman, Pancham, the son of Sachin Dev
Yeah,
Burman.
yeah.
Uh, so that was my thing. And when in the hostel, I have seen so many people say in the midnight, they were asking, "Do you have cigarette?" I don't have. I mean, at that time, say midnight, there was no shop, so I never
Smoked.
had that. And when they used to smoke, I used to go away, and because it was a
That's
bad
great, sir.
smell and
That's yeah,
it vehicles.
yeah.
And I have seen people smoking and they are suffering. The father, when it is
A lot of
they
things
smoke,
suffer when we
their
smoke.
babies are suffering, their wives are suffering, their mothers, parents, aged people are suffering, and they don't understand. I don't know why. Forget about
Yeah,
their own health, but they should actually consider their kins, that very close father, mother,
true.
baby.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
say our that Professor Ajay Chakraborty, he used to be chain smoker, and I also told him that it is not good. Means I used to go to his house. I used to see his daughter, very small at that time, and the
Mm,
son who is now in the US, and
mm,
his son used to catch him, and he used to go on the terrace and he used to smoke. His son,
yeah.
when he was in class 7, 8,
Mm,
he used to catch him that doctor told no smoking. So you have
mm,
let me check whether you have smoked. But he used to go to
yeah,
the terrace and used to smoke and then brush it and try to hide. So it is childish, but it actually
yeah.
affected
Addictions. Yeah,
addictions. And it is not a addiction. Say, I don't know how can they get addiction. I have tried so
it's an
many.
addiction, sir.
Now I have tried smoking many days, but I never got an affinity that it gives me some
Good for
pleasure.
you. Really,
No,
really,
it
I'm
is
really happy
fortunate
that
maybe.
yeah,
No,
fortunate, very fortunate.
fortunate.
Yeah, because people who like smoking, I mean, they get in very fast. Like it
No, so
catches on to them, and then they
how do you actually do you remember that what was the day you
yeah.
considered that yes it is a I should I should smoke when it
It's
had
always a third day because the first time you cough, the
uh,
second time you're like, okay, I coughed a little less and my head is buzzing a little. And from the third time onwards, you'll be like, oh, I'm a little stressed. How about that buzz? And then you get in.
oh
And then I fortunately got out and I'm completely off it now. Completely. I completely stopped. And then I embraced health as a madhum because when
yes
it comes to things like addiction, you need to replace it with something good. You cannot just stop an
yes
addiction on its tracks. You need to replace it with a good habit.
yes
So that's yeah.
yes uh, like Shibram Chakraborty he used to write that I will take rabri ওইসব নেশা আমি যদি করি রাবড়ির নেশা করব। আমি কেন ওইসবের নেশা করব?
But then again, in
তো
today's, since we were talking about the medical industry. So, by the way, have you read Peter Attia?
নো,
Peter Attia is a
actually I don't
Mhm.
yes, please tell
He's
me.
a Stanford surgeon, and his most recent book is Outlive, which talks about ways to improve your lifespan. So that's why the name of the book, Lifespan.
Okay, somebody maybe
Uh huh.
joined. Let me
Okay.
check. Yeah, somebody, if somebody has joined, no, that his camera is not on. I mean, that person, Isaac from some country of Africa.
Mhm.
So his camera is or internet is
But are you
something
sure
off.
that
But
he's here in the
we'll,
chat?
we'll, we'll now we will try to listen to his audio. I told him.
Sure. Mhm.
Let me check it. If he is doing. Hi, Isaac. Can you hear me?
Hi, Isaac. Can you hear me? I
Isaac,
can hear you, but I'm managing. Isaac? Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can
feedback
you
is
hear me?
coming.
But is he?
Feedback is coming.
Feedback. My
But
voice is coming back.
is Isaac there?
Hi, Isaac. And there. But his camera is not there. But
Camera is not
you can see one black window.
Yeah.
Name
Yeah.
Isaac
Yeah.
7.
Yes, can you hear me?
I I I can hear you. He has logged out again. Okay, he'll probably try
Mhm.
again. Some connection problem to
Yeah.
him. Okay, and uh, what about any other interest you pursued? And do you have your partner or have you married
I haven't
or
married. I do have my partner. She's also a Bengali. She is in Kolkata right now, by the way. We just talked.
okay?
But she is doing her PhD from Leibniz University in Hanover in biology. Uh,
Which university?
Leibniz. Leibniz
Okay,
University.
Leibniz. Leibniz. I mean,
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
person.
আমি আমেরিকান
We
উচ্চারণকে
used to call
Leibniz. Yeah,
Leibniz.
yeah, একদম. That's
Leibniz.
that's
Uh,
a joke.
mathematician.
Mathematician. Yeah, so she's studying in Hanover. Basically, she's working in Hanover. Yeah.
Hanover. Okay. So interesting. And uh, do you have any special moments? Say you can
Sure. About
try
because
to
the topic of today's
like
the topic of today.
yes, like 2024.
Exactly. I was
If you
just going
have
to
any imperfections that you say that I embrace these
imperfections.
imperfections, or maybe some highlights you can make out
So I
from.
really like the topic of your discussion today, imperfections of 2024 and how you can embrace it. Because we know Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, and he, in his book, The Meditations, he said, the obstacle is the way. So imperfection is the way because that's all that we have. It's never a perfect situation. Like it's only perfect when you're in the coffin, I think. So
Okay.
imperfections of 2024, there were many. Um, like for example, my there things were not right at my workplace, so that was an imperfection, if you call it. But I used some of the negativity that I was facing there to kind of generate that escape velocity to then move to a different job and move
Okay.
to a different city. I've been in Aachen for 7 years and it had become like my comfort hole. And I really wanted to get out. And of course, change is never easy, but uh, it's better than just staying holed up in your comfort zone. So 2024 was imperfect, especially the beginning of it. But then I used the imperfections to carve out my own definition of perfection.
That is excellent. And I don't know many other cities, but from our field, we have some professors known from the University of Stuttgart. So, how is Stuttgart? I mean, do you know about it?
I do know that it's a very big city. It's a very industrial city. A lot of money, a lot of capitalism, and I mean that in a good way. I mean a lot of industries, that is, and a
Yes,
lot
yes,
of
yes,
job
yes.
opportunities. So a lot of my friends are now in Stuttgart working in one of their auto companies or doing research in TU Stuttgart, which is a top tier technical university in Germany. And what can I say? It's very industrial. It's very it's a really nice city to live. Stuttgart is really nice. Yeah. And
And which are the places? Okay, please
no,
continue.
that's it. Please.
No, which are the places in Germany you can say that you explored for few days or months? Other
I would
places.
say Hamburg is my most favorite city because it's just poetry. It's and it also reminds me of Kolkata a
Okay.
lot because I remember
Is it?
yeah, you should visit Hamburg, sir.
কেন
অসাধারণ শহরটা
হামবুর্গে
like
কি
মানে it's like we will have to do this in English because a lot of your viewers would not understand Bengali.
ওকে ইয়েস
But এই
ইয়েস ইয়েস
কবিতাটা মানে the thing is ki when I was like me and my girlfriend we were just entering Hamburg, and this is me seeing Hamburg for the first time, and all of a sudden for the first time in Germany I see that we are crossing something like the Howrah Bridge. There's a river and there's
ও
a bridge, and I'm like, damn, is this
ওকে
Kolkata? And it's so beautiful. Hamburg is like a very utopic version of Kolkata. Mane, it's a riverine city. It's a port,
ওকে
just like Kolkata,
ওকে
and a lot
ওকে
of old buildings. And New Market Oncholer, there's like an old market there with
আচ্ছা
red
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
bricked
আচ্ছা
buildings, old vintage buildings. So the architecture is very reminiscent of Kolkata. Also, the fish culture. Like Germany is a
ওকে
very Fleisch, they call it in Germany. It's a very flesh centric country. But
ওকে
there's a huge fish culture in Hamburg, which I loved. So you can actually have those bhaja mach, those fried fish,
আচ্ছা
freshly caught right by the river.
ওকে
So
রিভার ফিশ
river fish, freshly caught.
river fish is special means there you can say all other countries they use sea fish but it is river
Yeah,
fish sweetwater
sweetwater
fish
fish. Yeah.
okay.
So I would say Hamburg is my most favorite town because
And what about the classical music in
I'm very glad.
Germany? It must be very high.
Yes, in fact, it's such a stress buster. Like whenever I study, I listen to Bach or Mozart or Beethoven, and even sir, have you watched Abraham Mujumdar's version of Rabindranath's music and
Yes,
Shotojit
yes,
Ray's music? I was
yes,
just
yes,
talking
yes. Many, many, many.
many
Yes,
times.
yes,
I was
yes.
talking to
Many.
my mother today
Uh,
about this because even I chanced like before I chanced upon this Abraham Mujumdar's video of these two maestros in my head. I'm always like because I grew up listening to Western music and also Shotyajit Ray's music, like every Bengali kid, and
mm,
Rabindranath's music.
mm.
And now when I came here and I listened to Bach and I started listening to Western classical music, I realized that why does it sound so familiar? Because of course these
Mm.
two maestros Rabindranath and Shotajit, they were both drawing from the Western cornucopia and
Yes,
blending
Western
Eastern
classicals. Yes,
ragas, Eastern classical with it. So that's where this
yes.
spring of beautiful striking melodies come from. You would like didn't you ever have this question that why only these two masters have this unique music? কই নজরুল তো লিখতে পারলেন না? No, all respect to নজরুল,
Nah.
you know.
He has given that Asian style, like classical and say some Middle East music
নজরুল কি?
where he visited.
Oh, I
Nozul,
don't know.
when
I
he
don't know.
visited as
Okay.
a military, and he brought many Arabic music to
মিলিটারি বললেন
the
কি স্যার
place.
আপনি? So
Military, yes. He used to work in British
really?
military, and
নজরুল?
he was posted. He was posted in Middle East some places, and from there, do you remember that song like Khejur Pata
But
Nupur
it's a very
Pai?
famous song.
That is Arabian music. That is Arabian music. So these he and also Hawaiian music, like Duro Dipo Bashini.
আমি লিখে রাখছি, ওকে?
So, so these things are there. He had not he has not exposed himself to Western classicals. But Nazrul, you know that he used to have a gramophone record selling
আচ্ছা,
shop in
আচ্ছা।
Esplanade, and I read somewhere, and there used to many people
হুম।
used to come, even very young Pandit Ravi Shankar used to come there, and he also has got the similar entrepreneurial type of thing like what Rabindranath also did. But because he was not having that financial affluency
as
from his
Tagore.
family background, he could not experiment many. But see, the person worked in military, learned music, made a gramophone record selling means uh, at that time no artist used to think that let us make a shop. The shop used to be near the Roxy Cinema, the place where Roxy Cinema is now. At that time, I mean, it is written in the book I read. And one of my classmates in BSc, they stay uh, in the Hatibagan, not Hatibagan, it is like Shobhabajar Rajbari, near Shobhabajar Rajbari, Joypuria College. And his father had songs with Nazrul. I also played harmonium with his father. And at that time, young. And his aunt, like his father's sister, uh, used to also learn from Nazrul Islam. And Nazrul Islam used to visit their home, like Indubala Devi. And his paternal aunt also of similar age or younger than that. So Nojul also used to mix with the people, I mean, who are having some money and possessions in the Calcutta area, and they used to help him, but he did not have that chance that to say create Shantiniketan. Like you have to have land, na?
You have to
You
earn
have
the
to have
Nobel
many
Prize,
things. So
and
no
because
Nobel
he used
Prize
the money
so
of the Nobel
later,
Prize, as
but
far as I've read.
that money was used. But earlier that primary land was his
Mhm.
father's, like the Shantiniketan. So that he got it.
The
So
great
that he had
Devendranath.
utilized in a proper way, positive way. That is his greatness, and he is great because Rabindranath actually did everything entrepreneurship. He made his printing press and he published it. So and he even made a movie also, but it was not
Okay,
released. Notir
okay.
Puja,
Noted
and
Pujo, isn't it one
uh,
of the like plays that he wrote? Noted Pujo, the Kobita, right?
plays, but that
হ্যাঁ, একদম।
Kavita, but that
কথাও
he
কাহিনীর,
had
I guess.
made a
হুম।
movie also
Okay,
out of
okay,
that. He's
okay.
out of that, but that film
Never saw the light
original
of the
like
day. Mhm.
negative, positive actually was
Okay,
lost. I mean, it was there,
sorry.
but due to some fire, yes,
No,
take
no, no,
take.
no, 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 no. I mean,
So due to some fire mishap, it was
hmm,
gone. But it used to be there many years ago. It used to be there, and so Rabindranath did everything,
okay.
like writing, singing, compositions, even up to movie making,
Movie making,
and also
I had no idea.
also entrepreneurship, like making his own
Yeah,
press. That is a great
yeah.
decision. I mean, otherwise he would not have published all these things, many things. Publishers always used to say, even now also, then also, they used to, I mean, torture the writers.
Thick, thick. Mhm.
So I am liking your my mental wavelength. I mean, maybe it is somewhat
Likewise,
matching
I
with
feel the
me,
same way, sir. And
and
as you said, finding
likewise,
like-minded
like
people,
me.
because I was just like, I really had a good time talking about these things. And when I came into the show, I was not expecting that I'm going to be talk about the exact thing that was in my mind before I came into this chat, because I thought it would be about tech. So it was a,
No,
and it will be
it
in the
can be, of
future.
course, in tech, but
Future,
later,
yeah,
later. But that also will be in a very low manner. So,
I'd love to.
but this is a personal chat, and without being known
Mhm.
personally, you cannot actually tell about your professional things better.
True, true.
Say Satish Rai gave interview to people who used to know him better. Rabindranath used to tell something very closely with people he used to trust. So that way, like he used to go to say that ISI founder, na, that
Prashant Mahalanobis.
Prasanna
Because
Mahalanobis,
I just thought
yeah.
about Prashant
So,
Mahalanobis when he said that. Yeah,
uh, so because he used to like him, and they also used to adore him. So that means the mental frequencies are very
yeah,
important.
agreed.
And any other notable things like you have noticed that in Germany, it is there. Uh,
Many. Where to start?
you have not thought that you will find it there. Surprised that yeah, it is there in Germany.
One thing,
Did you
the
find
first thing
anything?
that comes to mind is actually acceptance, because people have a lot of reservations when they come to Germany because of their violent past and their history. And I found them to be the most accepting and enthusiastic. Didactic is what I call it. Didactic. I love the word because it means the tendency to.
No, didactic exactly what does it
It
mean? I
means
don't know actually.
didactic মানে হচ্ছে মানে another very nice synonym is pedagogical, which means যে
Oh,
শেখানোর the instinct to teach, the instinct to
okay, okay,
teach.
okay.
So if you initiate a conversation with a German in their language, they will respectfully accept whatever mistakes you are doing, because you'll make a lot of mistakes. Anybody who has learned the language will know what I'm talking about. Like you have learned
Yes,
Japanese, which
yes,
is an
yes,
extremely difficult language of its own accord. So I think it's also the same with Japanese people, but the Germans are so accepting when you start speaking the language, because it shows that you're making an effort, and then they will correct you. And so the fastest way to learn the language is to actually speak with a native speaker, irrespective
yes,
of what mistakes you're making, because again it's a matter of overcoming, which you kind of talked about in the beginning of this chat. It's just
yes, yes,
it's
yes,
just about overcoming that first inertia. I'll be in my comfort zone, and then as soon as you state the first sentence in whatever level of German that you're
yes,
in, you will find the flow, because
yes.
they'll help you. And this is one thing that I did not expect somehow.
Okay. So, one or two sentences like what is your name in German?
What is my name?
No, no. You ask somebody. Exact translation.
Wie
What
heißen
is
Sie?
your
Wie
name?
heißen Sie? Is what is your name?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. And how are you?
Wie geht es Ihnen? কেমন চলছে আপনার সাথে?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm fine.
uh, yeah, Mir geht is good. Mir geht is good. That's how you call it.
Okay,
But
okay,
the thing that I wanted to note, because I'm a bit of a linguist, I love the language of Bangla, Hindi, although I'm not very good in Hindi. I love English, the Queens, and I love German. I love it. But yeah, I mean, the thing that I wanted to note is the similarity as a Bangali that I find between Bangla and uh, German. কারণ আমার মনে হয় যে Bangla comes from Sanskrit, and Sanskrit and German are somehow similar in terms of grammar. And a lot of I always try to draw these parallels between German and Bangla in terms of grammatical constructions, sentence constructions, and it makes sense. Like the concept of shomash that we have in Bangla, it's also there here, and they have this habit of
okay,
trenen bole এটাকে, মানে separating a word into two stems. Like we were talking about my name
okay.
in the beginning of the chat, and it's obhi যুক্ত ipshito, and obhi is a prefix and
Huh,
ipshito means desired. But এখানেও in the
yes.
German language also, they have this habit of separating things, like nouns but especially verbs. So it's
Okay,
similar.
okay, okay, okay. Yes. And uh, did you find any historical places and evidences about Einstein? How do they feel about Einstein? General
They're
people?
very proud. Einstein, but then he went to Zurich, right? Was Einstein
Yes.
from Germany, or was he from? Okay,
Germany. He's
okay,
from
because
Germany. Oh, I mean,
originally
originally German.
German, and that's why he fled.
But
That's why he
maybe
fled. Of course, of course.
uh,
Okay. uh, because he used to teach in the University of Zurich, and I thought, but I mean, I don't know these people, because Germany has this long lineage of famous scientists like has like
yes, yes.
everyone,
So many, so
and
many.
they don't really talk about these things. They don't seem very proud, because they are like that. They'll just keep quiet, and they're very similar to the Japanese in that case, or in that scenario also, because very down, very like meek, not very showy, not very flashy. We have what we have, but everyone's just trying to do their job, and that's about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and I remember in Calcutta, one lecture I attended, some person, German professor and German researcher from Siemens, and he actually was writing about the milestones of electronics. So he wrote at the top like one, and then second is Jagadish Chandra Bose. I mean, they actually have that credit like given that this milestone had been done here. So very few people gives credit to
Was
people from
Marconi
Asia.
German? I'm just
Marconi, Italy, and he was not a scientist. He was not a scientist. I mean, he was a thief, you can say, and
I know what you're
that
saying that. Yeah.
circuit. No, circuit is designed by his classmate of school, and he even did not put the name of his friend in the patent application. And do you know that the patent filing of, like, Jagdish Chandra Bose also
Yeah.
filed the patent because Swami Vivekananda forced him,
I
and
didn't know
his
that.
patent filing
Really?
date.
Swami Vivekananda
Uh,
forced him.
yes, 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 yes. He forced him, and he made a connection. One of his disciple in USA at that time. Just he returned from
Chicago.
USA, Swami Vivekananda. Yeah, and that disciple used to write letters to Jagadish Chandra that please give the details. We'll find patent. And it took more than 3 years to persuade him that he will file. And the date of filing of Jagadish Chandra Bose's patent, US patent, is just maybe 20 or 15 days after Marconi's. Even after that, I mean, it is there is a special issue of the proceedings of the IEEE, and January 1998.
Is it
You
still
can check.
available?
Yes, yes, it is available online also.
Online.
You can
January,
find out.
January
Ah,
89.
January 1998.
1998.
So there was a conference also about that in the special. So the three guest editors are Bengali. I mean, they are professors in different universities of US, and they actually did that research. And in that research, Marconi's relatives also helped to keep
Mhm.
documents. And even one or two researchers from Italy also had written about that. It was a they in the Italy newspaper. It was written that it was a what is that word? Not controversy, like some news leaks
Mm.
about um, celebrities. So what they call
Scandal.
scandal?
Scandal. Yeah.
Yes, scandal. So it was a navy. The person who was his friend Marconi's. He used to work in navy, Italian navy. So it was the title was the Italian navy scandal. Like the work he did probably as a work of his lab or that navy, and because he was a bosom friend from his school days, he trusted and gave him, and Marconi, with somebody's help, filed a patent. And after the patent has been granted and experiment also done, uh, of course, by the thing which is designed and fabricated by his friend, he could not explain to the reporters the scientific things how it worked.
I did not know that. Wow. Okay.
Now, everything is written in that issue. Many things
I
like
have to read
in
that
that issue,
issue.
there is a Bengali poem of Rabindranath, which was also there,
Okay.
where in that poem, Rabindranath was congratulating Jagadish Chandra Bose for this invention. So that was also published in that IEEE proceedings,
Unbelievable.
that in Bengali
Unbelievable.
script, and in Swami Vivekananda's photo was also there
It's an IEEE
in that.
paper that you're talking about.
No, it is a the proceedings of the
Proceedings of the
IEEE. It
IEEE.
is a
Okay.
journal
Okay.
now. Proceedings of the IEEE is a special
Uh-huh.
journal. So, a January
98.
1998, a special 1998 special
Special
section
section.
on
Jagadish.
it was actually triennial of the semiconductor or invention or something, transistor or something
Wow.
issue. And those three Bengalis were guest editors of that issue.
Okay. Wow. That's great to know.
And also contained his plants research, like Bosubigyan Mandir, that how plants breathe. That also was reported by additional thing. And his original patent also was published. Like at that time, it used to write like British wrong pronunciation, Jagadish Chandar, not Chandru, Chandar.
True.
So it is uh, it is something. Truth should be out. And see, after these many years, three professors could find out the truth, and IEEE actually they agreed to it because the Western group of people, they won't agree to publish something unless there is a concrete
True.
evidence, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So, how much evidence they have provided, these three professors, that they had to publish a special issue? And also, few years
True.
ago, IEEE came here in Presidency College. They have actually put a milestone like something, I don't remember exactly the word they call it. Um, Something was put, made a, like, what is that word? I don't remember.
Memento or a
Not memento. They call it like
Sriti Shodhu. Sriti
milestone.
Shodhu.
No, no, not serious. Milestone. IEEE used to
Acha,
come in
IEEE.
different parts of the
Okay.
world. This is like IEEE considered this is a milestone place where this is
Mhm.
invented.
Mhm.
So that also was made, and of course we should have the spirit that Jagadish Chandra could fabricate those instruments out of nothing
This is just
at that time.
unbelievable. I really want to read about his
So
experiments. What kind of infrastructure did he get?
no,
Like, what kind of hardware did he get? How
nothing,
unbelievable.
nothing. He made it with the help of the like grassroots workers like Kamar, Humor, and whatever is available. Like people used to work now outside on the footpath or on with very meager facilities. Uh, Iron Smith. So
PCB
he
board বা
fabricated
এই
everything
জিনিসগুলো
that.
মানে the things that the apparatus that you need
হ্যাঁ,
for it.
না পিসিবি তো ছিল
But
না। কিন্তু সে দ্য সেমিকন্ডাক্টর
semiconductors,
তো
how could
হ্যাঁ,
he get the
হয়তো ছিল
hardware
না।
to make
উনি
those
হ্যাঁ,
experiments?
yes, different materials. This was the basic experiments. Like if you remember the basic experience of Galvani, that different materials and then um, lemon, and it actually made that voltage
Mhm.
current. Na? Like say two dissimilar metals when connected with say acidic lemon, it
Yes,
generates some
yes,
EMF.
absolutely.
Eh, so that type of experiments actually can give us the clue how those people in those days used to do. And
Unbelievable.
forget about these. Like I am from optics, so at that time there was no lamp other than that incandescent lamp. But with that, they could see the interference pattern, diffraction pattern. I don't know how. Say Michelson and those people. I mean, how did they do it? Or even say Clark Maxwell.
The
eh,
Maxwell's equations,
um,
everyone.
I mean, he actually envisaged many things electromagnetic theory, and it was a story that in the exam 5 or 6 question has to be answered, and he answered the most difficult question, which was actually some sort of
The
this.
Maxwell's equation.
No,
Sorry, what just was the
maybe
story again?
something. Story means it is story. I have not at that time I was
Yeah.
in college. Told that the question paper was difficult, only one, and the other five are like from the
Okay.
syllabus. So everybody answered
Yeah.
the five. The remaining six was
Mhm.
unknown. It was not
Mhm.
in book. So Maxwell tried to answer that, and those things actually then that type of intuition and like is that I have to do something new, and it is asking to do something new, so I
Yeah.
do it. So in those line only you could get
Mhm.
that, na? That is something very great.
True.
So in these days, many things are available, but we are not innovating, or we are not that way developing big things. I mean,
What do you
doesn't
think about
mean
AI and
say
AGI? Because that would be the
yes,
biggest
yes, yeah,
invention of this. Like, if you call it invention or whatever you call it,
yes, yes. See, it will be a problem. Like it will be more problem than a
but it's
solution.
helping out a lot of
That is sure.
people also, sir.
No, that helps many things, but because it gives many other things um, which are actually giving
Like, can you
you
give an
can say
example?
happiness of say deep fake. Yeah, people used to harass people,
Oh,
like
yeah.
they used to create ad, say in India also Sachin Tendulkar's ad was there, but he did not actually
Mm.
do it, and some game company they marketed
True.
it. So those things will be coming, and
I just
um,
said from the perspective of a scientist, of a researcher, Now
No,
I
it is a
feel
good topic.
like my brain is connected to the database of the world. It's not possible for me to know every small detail. It never was.
No,
Anybody who claims
no,
that I know every basic of wireless communication etched in my head, every 3GB, it's not possible, and it's stupid if
no,
you. I'm
no.
just saying. But I now feel that my brain is now connected to this all this entire database of knowledge, and that's something
Yes, yes, yes. No, it gives,
for
say that
creators, I mean.
AI, yes, AI gives many opportunities to people who had little facilities. But those opportunities, whether it will um, give somebody a good thing or bad thing, that at the end we'll find out. Because in the marketing world, they are actually using AI for, say,
That's
creating
bad.
marketing
But I'm just saying from the
copyright. uh,
personal usage, from the personal consumption perspective, because I am very focused on developing myself as a researcher, as a human being.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
and I have really benefited from AI, like, really have.
So, do you
Yeah.
use AI for your
Not for
work?
my work, but for my so much, not so much for my work, because there's also like the data security thing with the place that I work in right now. So you cannot use the common AI in the market because you're just feeding your data into it, so it's not used. But
No, did you try AI on your computer? Say a good computer if you have, and try to do
yes,
some
yes, I
small
have. Yes, I have.
AI.
Yes, because I use AI also for music production. Like I'm also I just a hobby pet project and nothing official.
Okay,
But
okay,
I've used
okay,
AI to mix and master some of my songs. I'm not saying that I've made a robot sing my parts or play my parts. No, but for the
okay, okay,
mixing
okay.
part,
No,
for the software part. So
mixing
it's a
part. Yes,
great software assistant.
help
I'm saying just
assistant,
just from a researcher's
digital
digital
assistants.
assistant
Yes,
who's good at coding, who's good at
yes,
programming, who's good at
yes, yes,
assimilating information for you. So it's like having a personal digital
yes,
assistant,
yes,
and that's what I love about it.
yes. Yeah, that is good. Like, say, I remember one somebody actually wanted me to write something, some report within a particular number of words.
Yes,
But it
yes,
was difficult. But AI can very nicely, if I say that, take my this report and try to make it
totally,
shorter within
totally.
these words, it
It will
will
do
do
it.
it.
Totally. Another great use case is, for example, you record a conversation, or you like get the conversation somehow in your phone, and then you want to generate the transcripts for that conversation. Let's say like our conversation.
Yes, yes,
You just
yes, yes,
upload the audio file, and then AI will give you the
yes,
transcript. Now, how efficient is that?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, of course. These are very good things. Like, say, a old man or old lady, he or she wants to write a autobiography, and they just speak, and it will be transcripted,
That's a
and then
very
they
good use
can
case.
edit
That's a
and
very good use
publish.
case.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. So one day, why don't you actually have one? You can actually list it like the good use cases of AI.
I'd love to.
Make a list.
I'm noting it down.
Yes, good use cases of AI, so that people can actually concentrate on those lines.
Absolutely, sir.
So
Obhipshita.
yeah,
Yes.
Obhipshito. So what is the time? I
It's
mean, how much
sir.
we
You
have
started
consumed?
CET te jodi boli. You have
Huh.
started at 7, and now it's 8:10. So yeah,
Okay, we are talking almost more than an
70
hour.
minutes.
Okay,
But time just
okay.
flew. Thank you so
So
much for the enlightening
yes,
conversation.
no, it is good, and we can do on
I'd
different
love.
topics. Say, we can also make one or two on in Bangla, and on
আমি
music
বলতে
or
যাচ্ছিলাম about
poetry,
music, sir. That would be just
mm,
amazing.
or poetry, yeah, or music
Yes,
together.
I'd love to.
তো ওটা খুব
Mhm,
ভালো হয়। ওটাও আমরা
mhm.
করতে পারি। হ্যাঁ? যেমন আমার ওই স্যারের ছেলে যে আছে সুজয়, ওর সঙ্গে আমি বলেছি যে we'll try to make one digital forensics on in Bangla.
It's good that you're
So
forming this tribe of people around you who are like-minded in tech, but also other things like music and all this stuff. It's great.
হ্যাঁ,
Mhm.
yes, yes.
এটাই তো digital communities তৈরি করা। I
So
really support that.
হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ। Actually
Tribe,
tribe. This is called
set
a
coding. Yeah,
like-minded tribe.
yeah.
Yes. And I have a group. I have means we have a group, but the person who was actually the coiner, then the group name is the influencers.
দেখেছি
Influencers,
আমি দেখেছি
and the word influencers was coined by one person name is Jeffrey
আচ্ছা
Strickland. He is an ex Air Force officer, uh, quite
কোন
senior to me.
আর্মি মানে
Uh,
ইউএস আর্মি
US, and he's a statistics person like data science, all these things, and he coined this in 2000 probably 14, and then I requested him that why don't we form a group, and he agreed, and then we formed the group, and like-minded people joined, and later now he is not in LinkedIn because of he joined another job, a government job that restricts him on the social media.
হ্যাঁ that makes a lot of sense to me I know yeah
So he's
আর্মির
now
ব্যাপারটা
not there.
মানে
So I had a chat with his wife some 1 year ago. Somebody gave me the
হুম,
connection, and but he says that I see the email, but I could not get any reply from his that domain name. He had a domain name about his
হুম,
publication, other things, but that did not work. He published more than 30 books. And how did I connect him? I found a book. He wrote about an article from that he wrote the persons of quantum mechanics, and in that Meghnad Shah was there, and he made a comment there that why Meghnad Shah should have been given Nobel Prize for one or two of his work,
হুম,
and Meghnad Shah was nominated thrice but could not get.
ব্রিলিয়েন্ট উফ কি সময় ছিল
The Asian
ওয়াও
people actually, and even say for Asian Bose's work,
another
it should have been a
yeah.
Nobel Prize. And it was actually, you can say that we always say Einstein, a great person, say a young student write a letter that I could not publish my research, and the senior person took that and placed his name and published it.
Einstein কি করেছে did he do that for Bose I did not know that
Yes,
story
Bose Einstein statistics, it was Bose's work. And Einstein wrote him that I submitted, but nobody accept my paper, and it was probably in a
less
journal of
known less known,
physics. No, no, it was a
okay
German journal, hmm. Journal of Physics or something. And Einstein translated that, and Essenbos also used
Mhm,
to know German,
mhm.
but and then put his name second author and published it, and that is why the name is Bose Einstein Statistics, but it is Bose's statistics,
First author
and for that also he should have been given a Nobel Prize, but nobody, no, probably nominated also Bose. So that way the prizes are useless. Of course, it gives money and political, semi-political or pseudo-political, and but uh, the truth and the noble things which are there or which were there, that will be always noble. Like say, um, what is that artist and scientist? What is his
mm,
name? Leonardo da Vinci. So Leonardo da Vinci. Today I just went to that reunion. One person I asked him that, requested him, please write your phone number. So he was opposite to me. So he wrote his name in the mirror, like correct for me from the other side, name and phone number.
on the mirror
Yeah. So like he was writing invert,
yeah
na inverted
yeah
in his
unbelievable
side,
yeah like
and he said that it is
mm,
actually nothing. I had a practice, and somebody told that uh, Leonardo da Vinci used to write his plan of any research or something inverted, encrypted, like nobody could actually read it first, unless he actually decrypts and write in a proper
and
way.
the
Like the aeroplane, or what is that, helicopter plan, everything.
yeah
He actually first he drawn in a inverted way, like reflection.
yeah
That is
true
genius. Like they used to consider life as a holistic thing like art, science, and there is actually no that type of demarcation. These are like geographic region. Say something changes continually. It is not a political map. So engineering, science,
That's
arts,
such a
everything is
like a
mixed up.
well said thing. Wow, that's a very nice way of putting it. That they did not separate their life into these airtight compartments. You know, 9 to 5 is work, and then I'm
Yes.
not working. It was not. It was more flexible. Yeah, yeah. That's a very nice thing to say. Yeah.
Okay. So lot of time I have taken from you.
Sir, it was such a
So
pleasure, and I hope we get to do it more often. I sincerely hope that.
yes, yes, we'll do it in different topics and maybe shorter than
Exactly.
this. This is the first time, and it is like without any
Yeah.
script. And I generally, I cannot speak that way good, but it is, you can say, a self therapy while speaking to you and
I think
others.
you speak really
And
great because you have a lot of great stories to share. And I
no, stories are there.
but
I
you
can
also
even
eloquated it
write.
in a way that was engaging, which made me want to listen on. Because I hardly noticed that it's almost like 90 minutes over now.
No,
Yeah.
that is okay, but the thing is that I have stories of life, not only for these things, even cinematic also. But I cannot write. I am not Sunil Ganguly. I could have written many things. I mean, say just last conference I visited into 2016 in Baltimore. On the street also, I had met so many people, many encounters, um, and a lot of stories, and I could have engaged and extended it as stories. So that is, stories are here and there, and the people are actually carrying the story.
Mhm.
The people of the
Mhm.
place, they carries the story, and we have to. Um, you have to. You can say what is that good word? Unfurl the story from them while they are moving, they are selling, they are talking, they are scolding, they are being angry. That is.
True.
One thing I just say, in the Bombay railway station, Victoria Terminus, now they call it
Mhm.
Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus. I remember one lady was
Mhm.
singing, yeah,
Mhm.
begging like, so very high quality singing. I mean, later I found an experiment. A very well-known violin player,
Mhm.
classical in Europe,
Mhm.
some railway station. That was a experiment that whether people recognize him. Mean, he was playing violin. His tickets used to be always sold high cost, and altogether he got maybe 14 euro or $14. And one lady told that, "Oh, you are this great person. You are here. I don't believe." And nobody looked at him. But in the poster, if there is a thing that this person will perform, the tickets are sold. So at that time, I thought that if Lata Mangeshkar, she sings, covering her face on railway station, nobody will actually bother to listen.
মুখ ঢেকে যায় বিজ্ঞাপনে। True.
না মুখ ঢেকে যায় বিজ্ঞাপনে না, মানে see that voice is recorded and transmitted by, say, reputed
Channels.
channels,
Mhm.
radios and things. Otherwise nobody will bother.
ঠিকই তো।
Okay, lot of meaningless
But that's
talk
the essence of
and
life, isn't it?
chat here and there.
No, it was just an amazing conversation, sir. Thank you so much for the good times.
Okay, so let me say goodbye. But I have just that music I down fireside chat. I thought that I will play something, but I could not record. I mean, I learned harmonium a little bit, and tabla actually the first one I learned. I played also tabla ensemble one program in Doordarshan Kolkata in তরুণদের জন্যে under the guidance of Pandit Shankar Ghosh. But I could not actually watch it because we did not have TV in our home at that time. and it was in the archive. Many people told that আজকে এটা দিয়েছে, আজকেও দিয়েছিল, কালকে দিয়েছে, পরশু দিয়েছে। So music is,
We should definitely have
I mean,
a podcast like an episode on music.
yes,
Definitely.
yes. So let us say goodbye.
To you,
And where is that end stream? Okay, I'll put the end